Hello, good morning, students. Today we are going to begin a new chapter, chapter 12, Continents North and South America and Europe. North and South America. Srushti has sent the album of the pictures of the continents of North America from New York. She had some of the pictures. Let us see the pictures and not more about the continent of America. So we can see some of the continents of America, some of the pictures. Then a rocky chain of mountains, Grand Canyon, that is Colorado, the Statue of Liberty. These are the some of the pictures are giving the natural beauty. The continent of North America consists of three countries, which are United States of America, Canada and Mexico. These are the three European countries or the three North American countries. The first one is USA, that is United States of America, Canada and Mexico. It is spread over 2.44 lakh square kilometer. That much spread over. That is covering the almost 16% of the land area of the world. The natives of the land are known as Red Indians. So you can underline your textbook. The natives of the land are known as in which name? Red Indians. The new culture of America has developed because of European interrelation of people. Things to know. America was named after the Italian explorer Amerigo Vespucci instead of Christopher Columbus because though Columbus found the New World, Vespucci was the man who recognized that it was a new world. So this America was named by Amerigo Vespucci. But the Christopher Columbus, he found the New World. How did Columbus and Vespucci travel? So you can learn later. Find out the map, the places Columbus discovered. So here we can see some of the people. The Christopher Columbus, ship with sails and Amerigo Vespucci. Next page. Study the natural map of North America and write in your notebook the mountains, desert, islands, lakes and seas. So here you can see the map. The North American physical map is here. So from the map you can locate where are the mountains, desert, islands, lakes and seas. North America extends from the Arctic Ocean in the north to Panama in the south. So the North America extends from where? From the Arctic Ocean in the north to Panama in the south. North Pole passes from the north of Canada. The North Pole passes from where? From the north of Canada. In the same way, the Tropic of Cancer passes through central Mexico. So Tropic of Cancer passes through which place? Central Mexico. Then the North America consists is 9,654 kilometer long. So the North American continents, how much kilometer or how much kilometer long is? That is 9,654 long, and its width from north to North Canada is 6,033 kilometer, which when tapering towards the south reduced to how much? 482 kilometer. As North America is wider than South America, so wider is North America only. Then America, there are 4 standard time zone in the USA. There are 4 standard time zone in USA. So here also think, observe the map and answer. See the map of North America and note down the islands in the north and find out the biggest island, which was the latitude that passes through America. Make a list of the cities which passes through it. So these are the things you can see in the map and locate. The northern half of America is sparsely populated and covered mostly by Canada. The north half of the America is sparsely populated and covered mostly by Canada, except for the northwest portion which is occupied by Alaska, the largest state of US. So mostly it is covered by Canada. Then only one part, that is the north portion, which is occupied by what? Occupied by Alaska, the largest state of the US, and includes the enormous island of Greenland in the northeast. So Greenland Greenland in the northeast we can see. Then since these areas are usually covered with snow, agriculture is almost impossible there. That is why most of the area covered with the snow. That is why agriculture is almost impossible, not possible. With the last ice age, about 4,000 years ago, the glaciers melted and formed the North American's 5 Great Lakes. So which are Lake Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario. So this makes up the Great Lake system. So one of the lake system, the Americans 5 Great Lake system, is established. How? Because of the glaciers melted and formed the North Americans 5 great rivers. So already we seen that which are that 5 great rivers. Once again you listen: Lake Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario. These are the 5 Great Lake system. The Great Lakes contain 1/5 of the world's fresh surface water. So the Great Lakes, it is consist of how much? The 1/5 of the world fresh surface water, making the largest system of fresh water on earth. Next we will see then observe and study. Observe, study the map and mention the name of the other lakes found in North America. So some other lakes also is there. So from the map we can understand. The Great Plains lie in the middle of the North American continent. The Great Plains lies in the middle of the North American continent. The rivers like the Mississippi, Missouri, and Mackenzie deposit rich alluvium on its bank. So some kind of alluvium also depositing in the bank of these rivers, thus creating vast fertile basin known as the prairies. So because of that, what is it? Always the deposit of rich alluvium we can see in the bank of these rivers, and from that it creating the fertile basins, that is known as that prairie. So you can underline that. Then agriculture is the prime occupation of this region. Mainly people are occupied in the agriculture works, because already we said about the fertile soil is there. While wheat is grown in plenty in this region. So mostly we can see in the North America the wheat is the what is in the main crop, and it's popular for huge production of wheat all over the world. From that region the plenty of wheat cultivation is there. That is the production of wheat all over the world. 2 chains of mountain ranges rises into the east and west of North America. 2 chains of mountain ranges. So this is rise to the east and west of North America. The most familiar of these mountains are the Rockies. The important one is Rockies. North America's largest chain in the west, and the considerably older Appalachia Mountains to the east. And also we can see that Appalachia Mountain to the east part. The tallest mountain peak in the United States is Mount McKinley in the Alaska range. The tallest mountain peak in the United States is what? So you can underline your textbook. Mount McKinley. Mount McKinley in the Alaska range. So this is the tallest mountain. Then this is the home of the Eskimos, who live in special type of house known as the igloo. The wildlife of North America is diverse and include animals such as the reindeer, seal, walrus, white bear, etc. So some kind of different type of the diverse what is in the animals also we can see, which are the reindeer, seal, walrus, wheat, bear. These are some of the important wildlife. Next we'll see that the climate, vegetation and wildlife. Weather varies dramatically across the North American landscape. The weather varies or weather is different, that in the dramatically across the North American landscape. Climates range from Arctic cold to equatorial heat. So climate also range from Arctic cold to equatorial heat. Precipitation and temperature levels modulates dramatically depending on the location, and also temperature level modulating in the according to the location. In many areas of North America, the climate is extremely cold and dry. So what is the climate in the North America? Extremely cold and dry. This is known as the tundra type of climate, which spans from most of the Greenland to the mountains of the Alaska to northern Canada. Central America and southern Mexico has a tropical hot and humid climates. So in the Central America and South Mexico has what type of climate? The tropical, the hot and humid climate. While the coastal areas experience heavy rainfall and a moderate climate. So even in the coastal area, just other type of, that is, it experiences a heavy rainfall and a moderate climate. So in the Central America and Southern Mexico having the hot and humid climate. Then severe weather in the form of thunderstorms in a normal spring and summer occurrence across North America. So as usual, or the severe weather in the form of thunderstorms and is a normal spring and summer occurrence across North America. Devastating tornadoes are also common in the spring and summer months. Some kind of that tornadoes, the devastating tornadoes are also common in the spring and summer months, especially in the central part of US. Deadly tornadoes devastate life and property every time and tornado strikes the USA. Already we said about this tornado is devastating or destroying what is in the common spring and summer months. It is affecting for because of this devastating, that it can be kill or it can be devastate the life and property of every time and tornado strikes in the USA also. So here you can see some of the pictures, that is Mount McKinley, Alaska, that is in Reindeer, we can see there. The plains of prairies, already we understood that what is prairies and which is the highest mountain, that is in McKinley. Then river Colorado, that is the Grand Canyon. Next is Niagara Falls. Then volcano Popocatépetl, Petit Mexico. Then mid-torrent forest. So these are some of the important what is the speciality of the North American continents. Next we will see that some of the wildlife of the continent in the North America. So North American speciality we have seen. Then next some of the wildlife. So wildlife, seal is there, whale is there, cod is there, white bear is there, wolf is there. So these are some of the important animal. Then where are the hot springs found in our state? So that you can think and do the work. The Great Plains of North America are also home to rich deposit of iron, coal, mineral, oil, natural gas, copper, gold, silver, etc. So there are the Great Plains of North America. This is also home to rich deposit of, which are the deposits? Iron is there, coal is there, mineral oil, the natural gas, copper, gold, silver, etc. In fact, USA ranks the first in mineral deposit in the world. So in the what is it in the first rank, USA ranks the first the mineral deposit in the world. So here again there is a map. Study the map and answer the following questions. Which continent are there in these continents? Sorry, which countries are there in this continent? So you can see the map and you can locate. Then next we will see that the Canada. So already we said about which are the places. So in the North American continents consist of the United States of America we said about. Then second one is Canada. North America is the largest continent in the North Hemisphere, and Canada occupies a major northern portion of the North America. So you may underline that one. Among that North and West, the American part, the North America is the largest continent in the Northern Hemisphere, and Canada occupies what? It is occupies the major northern portion of the North America, sharing the land borders with the United States, and also having the borders, that is sharing with the United States. Ottawa is the capital of Canada, while Montreal, Toronto, Winnipeg and Hamilton are its major cities. Some of the important city. Then the capital of Canada is Ottawa. So you can underline your textbooks. So Ottawa is the capital of Canada. Ottawa is the capital of Canada. Then the important cities are Montreal, Toronto, Winnipeg and Hamilton are the major cities. Ice hockey is the national game of Canada. It's very important. Which is the national game of Canada? That is ice hockey. Then much of the Canada is covered by ice and experience severe weather condition. So most of the area then having the ice and can be experienced the severe weather condition. Canada has the largest coastline in the world and enjoys moderate to the high temperature throughout the year. So which is the longest coastline in the world? So Canada. Canada has the longest coastline in the world, and that is why it enjoys the moderate to high temperature throughout the year. So the moderate and also high temperature is the temperature we can see in the year, full year. Canada has multiple ecosystems ranging from lush forest of British Columbia, the prairies of Western Canada, to the tundra of North Canada. So these are the some of the Canada has which are the things like Canada has the multiple ecosystem ranging from the lush forest of British Columbia, the prairies of Western Canada to the tundra of the North Canada, with the largest landmass and small population density. Even the area or the land is more. That is why telling that with the large landmass but the small population density. The population is less, area is more. The wildlands of Canada provide important habitat for many animals such as bear, white-wool, deer, otter, beaver and reindeer. So these are the some of the important animals giving the habitat, living in that place. Canada's rivers are famous for the Atlantic salmon on the east coast and the Pacific salmon on the west coast. Canada's many freshwater lakes and streams are home to many varieties. So, and also some of the freshwater lakes. Canada's many freshwater lakes and streams are home many varieties. For what varieties of fish will get. There are also significant commercial fisheries of many saltwater species, and also getting the what is in the many type of fishes. That is why commercial fisheries of many saltwater species we can see. Canada is the world's largest manufacturer of asbestos. So you can underline that the Canada is the world's largest manufacturer of asbestos. Asbestos is more producing in Canada. It also the world's leading producer of nickel and platinum, and also not only the asbestos manufacturing in Canada, and also the world leading producer of nickel and platinum. So this also producing. USA, a federal state, has achieved prosperity in the fields of agriculture. So in the fields of agriculture, having the achievements for USA. Then not only agriculture, trade and industry. So agriculture, trade and industry is the important field. Its physiography has been extensive and varied. The difference is there in the physiography. The USA has the Rockies and the Appalachian mountain ranges to the western and eastern direction respectively, and also some of the Rockies. So the rocks we can see, that is the Appalachian mountain range to the west and eastern direction to respectively. From that is that mountain is there. Rivers like the Mississippi and Missouri and the 5 Great Lakes have contributed. So here we can see the states of America, the main street Europe, then White House Washington. So these are some of the picture also given in the textbook. So continuation of the paragraph. So already we said about rivers like Mississippi and Missouri, and the 5 Great Lakes have contributed what? The tremendously in the agriculture revolution. Some kind of revolution also happened in the agriculture from these rivers, due to which cotton, corn and wheat are the produced in abundance. So which are the agriculture revolution happened? So cotton, corn and wheat produced in abundance more. The mineral deposits of iron, coal and mineral oil has assisted in the development of industry. So for the development of industry, then iron, coal and mineral oil has been assisted. These are some of the mineral deposits. The USA leads the world in the development of transportation, especially roadways, superhighways and freeways, that is express highway without any intersection or toll booths. Facilities the majority of passengers travel along with other means of transportation. The superhighways and freeways are there. That express what? Then express the highways without any intersection or the toll booth. Then it gives the majority of passengers to travel along with other means of transportation. These are considered to be the benchmark of the progress and development of each great nation. These are some of the important development of the nations. The land of volcanoes, South America. Some of the special features, the continents of South America. Here we can see that Amazon River, then Panama Canal, then Tuticana Lake, then volcano. These are some of the special attraction of the South America. So already we have seen some of the special attraction of North America. So here we have the Amazon River, Panama Canal and Titicaca Lake and volcano. This also gives some kind of the attraction to the country. Then South America is the 4th biggest triangular continent in the western hemisphere of the world. So it has that for the South America having the what is in the continent, the triangle shape. It has the 4th biggest triangular continent in the western hemisphere of the world. It covers 13% of the total land area of the world. So 13% of the land area can be sea. The continent of South America comprises of many The continent of South America comprises of many countries like Argentina, Brazil, Chile, etc. So these are the some of the some of the countries in the South American continent. So which are Argentina, Brazil, Chile, etc. South America is generally considered a continent forming the southern portion of the American landmass. So in the South America can be see that the American landmass. Then the Andes run down the western edge of the continent, and the land to the east of the North Andes is largely a tropical rainforest, the vast Amazon River basin. Then the continent also contains drier regions such as the extremely arid Atacama Desert. So Atacama Desert also we can see. The central plains, the extensive northeastern plateaus, and the narrow and exceedingly dry coastal plains. So this is some of the importance of this South America. Then the various type of natural resources abound the country due to its mountainous physiography and the extensive forest of the Amazon. So some kind of the various types of the natural resources we can see because of the mountain physiography and what is in the extensive forest of the Amazon. Geographically, South America is far from the continents of Asia, Europe and Australia. So South America is far. From which are the countries? From which the countries of Asia, Europe and Australia. Hence, the resources obtained here plays a significant role in the political, social and economic life of the people of the continents. But then only having the resources, many resources getting from the place. Europe, Australia and Asia, irrespective of their geographical distance, play significant role in the political and social, economical life of the continental area. So next one of the activities given that observe the physical map and the South America and write the name of the mountains, desert, rivers and nearby seas. So already we have seen which are the rivers are there, which are the deserts and mountains are. So you can see in the map. The physiography of South America apparently is seen from the different natural sections, mainly Andes Mountains, Central Plains and Northeastern Plateaus and narrow coastal plains. Then the Andes mountain ranges. So some of the mountain ranges, that is one Andes mountain ranges. The Andes is the world's highest mountain range outside of Asia. So which is the highest mountain range outside the Asia? That is in Andes. It is adjacent of Panama. South of the Horn Mountain is 8,900 km long approximately. That much long is the 160 to 600 km wide and 6,000 meter high mountain range. That is the physiography of this mountain. This snow-clad mountain range has 6,900 meters high peaks as well as the highest peak Mount Aconcagua, that is the volcanic origin, but is not seen itself an active volcano. Rises to an elevation of about 6,960 meters above sea level. The South America has over 200 volcanoes and Ecuador is one of the many countries of the continent that has the most volcanoes. So in the South America around 200 volcanoes are happening and Ecuador is one of the many countries of this continent has that most volcano. So many volcanoes are there, but in the Ecuador having more. Example, the Chimborazo, that is inactive, and Cotopaxi, that is active volcano, then volcanic mountains. The Titicaca is the largest freshwater lake of Bolivia, 275 meter deep. That much of depth is there. So already we have seen one of the attractive place, the South America, that is in Titicaca. So it is a freshwater lake having 275 deep. It is the highest lake situated at 3,660 meter high altitude in the world. The topography of South America is varied. There are fertile river basin of the Amazon, Panama, Paraguay and Orinoco. The highest or the highland or the grassland of Patagonia, desert like Atacama and torrid and rain forest. So this is a topography of South America. So next we'll see in the next part. Thank you students. Thank you for listening.